We're back with Craig and Noodles. And guys, Jaromir Jagr had some words of praise for Juraj Slafkovsky, saying, "I like Slafkovsky's game, maybe because I see myself in him when I was young." So what do we got? Jagr 2.0? I mean, it's quite the compliment, Craig. Do you see the comparison?
Yeah, I can see what Jaromir Jagr is trying to talk about. You got a Czech great and Jaromir Jagr and a young Slovak brilliant player that has just continuously progressed in his game. I think when Jaromir talks about Juraj, he's seeing this assertiveness, this force, just continuing to build. And the confidence that Juraj is continuing to show is allowing his game to have more impact, to have more assertiveness. And he's 21. He's going to turn 22 in March. I mean, this is still a very young player in his 4th year in the NHL. But as you watch him move forward and you watch how much he can impact the game in so many different areas, certainly Jaromir Jagr should, like the rest of us, should see some of him in Slafkovsky.
I think it's an unreal comparison, but I think it's a bit rich. And, you know, Jagr is one of the greatest of all time. And I think the comparison is more the body type. If you look at it, Jagr was an absolute horse. He was all base. He had tremendous legs and backside, and he could use his strength to bully his way to the net, and then he had the skills to back it up. Slapovski is starting to realize how strong he is and how good he can be around the net when he uses that physical size. And Craig, you just pointed out, he's 21 years old, coming 22 here at the end of March. So you're just scratching the surface on what he can do physically to create the room for his skill set. So there is a comparison, but Jaromir Jagr, for me, is close to a Mount Rushmore player. I don't want to put that expectation on Slafkovsky, but I think he is a tremendous player who can use his skill set, but his size, a lot like Jagr, to create a lot of offense.
Well, and Slapovski had a great performance at the Olympics, finished 4th in Olympic scoring with 8 points in 6 games. Craig, do you think this performance on the world stage is something that can give him a big boost when he returns to the Canadiens?
Well, he's been a big boost to the Montreal Canadiens this season. And Marty St. Louis made the big declaration. He took Slafkovsky from Suzuki and Caulfield. He said, "I need you to play with Kapanen and Demidov." And I think that spoke volumes about the impact that Slafkovsky can have. He's not a player now where he needs support. He's a player that can give other supports. Just what Jamie just talked about, the assertiveness, pushing his way in physically. You got 2 young players on that line, and now Juraj has gained that confidence. He gained a tremendous amount of confidence from the 2022 Olympics, ended up being the 1st overall draft pick. Craig Ramsey was great with him. Marty St. Louis was great with him. I don't think there's any question that you perform at the level that Juraj Slafkovsky did at the Olympics, that you're going to come back with a boost in your confidence, and that certainly should be a boost for the Canadiens.
I agree 100%. If you look at it, the confidence that you have on the world stage is best on best, and he performed unbelievable. So you look at the pace of that tournament as well. You look at how fast the games were. It wasn't as physical, but it was very fast, and he was able to produce at high rates against the best players in the world. So that's going to bode well for his confidence coming back. And if anything, maybe he can slow his game down a little bit coming back to the National Hockey League and realize his spacing. And that's going to also help his line mates because he'll be ahead of the play based on the pace of the Olympics.
Okay, we'll be watching him. Slafkovsky and the Habs sit 2nd in the Atlantic and will resume their schedule Thursday at home against the Islanders.